So NFL Combine, the wide receivers did the 40-yard dash today. Camera screwed up. Um, I was pretty. This class is fantastic with speed this year. So I want to go over. I already made a video on this, so I mean the whole entire review of like the top 7 players in depth. Just want to go over some numbers here. I didn't do like the vertical jump or the triple cone or any of that kind of stuff. Just kind of went over the 40-yard dash and everything like that. Um, so I did so Henry Ruggs was the top receiver, run the fastest at 4.28. Denzel Mims from Baylor ran 4.40. Justin Jefferson surprisingly ran a 4.44. Jerry Judy ran a 4.46. Jalen Rieger ran a 4.47. CeeDee Lamb ran a 4.51, which was I was kind of surprised over that because I didn't think that he was going to run that. So, but it's 140 time. So um, Laviska Chenault ran a 4.5. So those are pretty much my top six, top 7 guys for this. Um, so we're gonna find out. I mean, if you're gonna move up in this draft, you got to move up in front of the Raiders, which is I think they're at 10 or 11. You got to move up in the top 9 probably of this draft to get one of these guys. I mean, this is only a 40-yard dash. I mean, a 40-yard dash is good and all. I think 85% of watching the combine is especially for the receiver position is seeing how fast they can run. So I think this actually does help. I think we need to just see who the guy is really going to be. If they're even going to do this in the draft, which I hope they do. But I'm pretty excited. I think there's a lot of a lot of speed here. If you want to get the top guy, you get the top guy. If not, everybody wants CD. CD ran a pretty bad 40. Um, I was seeing at least 2 or 3 mock drafts I think 3 or 4 mock drafts while the combine was on today, and a lot of them had us getting Ruggs or getting CD Lamb at 21. There's a lot of teams that are getting offensive linemen. There's a lot of teams that are getting quarterbacks, a linebacker. At least one corner will be taken probably in the first round. Um, so we'll see. Twine Eagles, what's up, man? Eagles champs, what's up, dude? I'm pretty much saying, we'll see what happens. Coming to the draft, but after the combine, everything changes, guys. Most of everything does change when the combine. After the combine, a lot of the draft boards do change. So the Eagles could be making a lot of changes. Other teams will be making changes. Um, except probably the teams that won't make changes are like the top maybe 4 or 5 teams, in the draft, probably to the 5th or 6th pick, because some of these guys they don't need receivers as badly as we do. I know the Raiders need a receiver, we need a receiver. The Bills need a receiver. There's a few teams that need. The Bills are right after us at 22. The Eagles need to move up in front of the Raiders. So we'll see what happens. But it all comes. CA Sports, what's up, bro? So are we really going to take this into account that CeeDee Lamb is not going to get I wouldn't base his skill set off of this 40-yard time. You know what I mean? The 40-yard times to see how fast a guy could run like upfield, you know what I mean, in a straight line, which, most of these players aren't doing. Most players mostly in football, you're not doing that. But, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the Broncos need a receiver. Forgot about the Broncos. A lot of teams that need receivers. So the Eagles would have to jump probably within the top 10 just to get one of these guys because there's going to be a lot of offensive line taking. A lot of the Lions probably get a corner. The Giants will probably get an offensive lineman or go linebacker. The Cowboys are going for a safety. The Redskins are probably going after a quarterback. Bengals going after a quarterback. So, I mean, I'm gonna bring up the draft board right now. Um, let's bring up this draft board in order. Let's see here. Okay. No, the Eagles aren't picking up a quarterback. He's not going to drop that far anyway. All right, so you look at this draft board, right? So you look at the draft board, and you have the Bengals with the first pick. Bengals probably pick quarterback most likely. Redskins are probably picking quarterback. Lions are probably going to pick Jeff Okudah from Ohio State. I'm not naming all the players, but I'm just going to go over pretty much what these guys are probably going to draft. Redskins will probably get, all right, so Bengals will get quarterback. Redskins will get quarterback. Lions will probably get Jeff Okudah, the cornerback from Ohio State. The Giants will probably get an offensive lineman or a linebacker that they missed out on last year. Dolphins are probably getting O-line because they got rid of some assets this year. Chargers will probably go after quarterback most likely. Panthers will probably go defensive line. Cardinals will probably go offensive line. Jaguars, they'll go defensive line. Browns, they'll probably go tackle this year. Jets, they'll definitely go tackle, probably offensive line this year. The Raiders with the number 12th pick, okay, guys. So this is where it's gonna get crazy. So the Raiders are at 12. The Raiders might go at. This is where everything's gonna start to change at 12. So the Raiders might go after Judy. They might go after Jefferson. They might go after CeeDee Lamb. So you never really know what's going to happen there. So when you go from the Raiders and you go to the Colts, the Buccaneers, Broncos, Falcons, Cowboys, Dolphins, Raiders again, Jaguars. The Eagles are at 21, so they have to move up. They have to move up at pick 11 or pick 10. They need to move up to at least 11, 10, or 9. They need to at least get in front of the Raiders to really do anything. So I'm hoping to God that they can at least do something. So I'm going to go over this draft board one more time. So this is what I think is going to happen pretty much till pick 12 of this draft, okay? So the Bengals will go after a quarterback. The Redskins will go after a quarterback. The Lions will go after probably Jeff Okudah, the cornerback from Ohio State. The Giants will go offensive line. Dolphins offensive line. They got rid of some assets in the trade with Houston this past year to acquire Kenny Stills and trading the left tackle. I forgot his name again. The Chargers will definitely go quarterback this year. Rivers, Philip Rivers is not there anymore, so look for him to be out. Panthers will probably go, I'm saying offensive line or defensive line. Cardinals will go offensive line. Jaguars are definitely going to go defensive line because they've lost a lot of guys this year between Yannick. They lost 2 corners this year. They can go after a corner, or they can go after the Jaguars can go after a corner, or they can go after a defensive line because they lost pretty much AJ Bouye to free agency this year. They lost their other corner. Defensive line, Yannick is gone. I think the other defensive tackle is gone from there as well. I forgot his damn name. He was with the Bills before he went to the Jags. The Browns are going to probably go offensive line. Jets are going to go offensive line. And then the Raiders are at pick 12. The Raiders are definitely going to go get a playmaker at pick 12. The Eagles need to at least move up. The Eagles got to move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They got to move up 11, 12 spots in this draft. I think it's definitely doable. I think that this board is pretty good. I think it works to our advantage going forward. The Eagles need to jump in front of the Raiders. That's definite. Okay, and if the Broncos, where are the Broncos picking this year? Where are the Broncos picking this year? I forgot. All right. So the Broncos are at pick 15. So they're in front of us. Of course they're in front of us, but we're gonna have to move up in front of the Raiders to get the guy. So we're gonna have to see we're gonna have to see what happens there. So because the Bills need a receiver, Patriots look like the Patriots might go after a center this year. The Saints might go after a receiver this year. Vikings probably will go after a corner this year. The Dolphins might go after a playmaker on a running back. Actually, the Dolphins might go after a running back in the first round with another pick this year. The Seahawks might go. They might go safety, or they might go. They could go linebacker. They could go wide receiver. They could go. There's three positions they probably could go after this year. So there's a lot cooking with this right now. I'm feeling better, Alex. I'm feeling good, dude. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not as sick as I was last week, so I feel a million times better today. So I'm probably gonna run this stream for probably another half hour or so. So it's pretty interesting, bro. It's this is pretty interesting. Um, so I'm pretty excited. I think this draft board is set up perfectly for us to move up. The Eagles can't. I don't know if the Eagles are going to move up on draft day or they're going to kind of get a trade going. You know, free agency is when you could start trading. March 18th is the day where you could trade for free agents. You could, you could sign for unrestricted free agents and you could trade for players. And this is where you can actually trade for picks. So we have to wait until the day of free agency to maybe see if the Eagles have something locked up, if the Eagles can move up in front of the Raiders and get something. I'm probably going to make a separate video on this um, to, just to get a perspective of what's going on in this draft. And if the Eagles could, they have 10 picks. If the Eagles can be wise at free agency and not spend a whole bunch of picks, it would be pretty perfect. But I have a feeling that I have a feeling that the Eagles might have only 8 picks in this draft. If the Eagles make 2 trades, I have a feeling that 2 picks can be. They might have to make some sacrifices, guys. They might have to get rid of a player. They might have to trade a player for some picks or do something here. I just don't know what's going to happen. But the Eagles can't wait at 21. The Eagles, I don't know. Because I have a feeling CD will get picked. I have a feeling that I think Judy. I don't know. It just depends. I mean, from a combine, I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make just from a 40 time. But I had Jerry Judy going to the Raiders. I had him going off the board first, and then the Broncos maybe can get Ruggs. You know what I mean? Which leaves us with T. Higgins, Justin Jefferson, Jalen Rieger, KJ Hill, a whole bunch of guys going to this draft. So it's a coin toss. It's just all a coin toss. Really, it is. It's a total coin toss. So we really don't know. I don't really know what could happen really. So, um, so it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. I think if the Eagles don't move up, dude, I think the Broncos at 15. I think the Broncos can get Ruggs at 15. Honestly, I think the Broncos can go get Henry Ruggs because the only team that's going after receiver from 1 to 12 is the Raiders, and they might get Judy. The Raiders might get Judy, and then the Broncos are only 3 picks after that, and they can acquire Henry Ruggs in the draft easy. But if the Eagles move up, then the Eagles will go get their best guy. The Eagles should move up in this draft and get their guy, honestly, because it's not going to hurt us. You know what I mean? You got 2 third-round picks. You got an extra 5th-round pick. You know what I mean? I forgot. So you got 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. They got 2. They got 2 more picks. I forgot they have an extra 6 and an extra 4th. I don't think so. I don't think they have an extra 4th just because they traded the 4th-round pick for at the trade deadline to go acquire Jannard Avery and at the trade deadline. So this draft board is really nice. It's really nice. The Bengals need a quarterback. The Redskins, Ron Rivera, he needs to. He does he I don't think Haskins is the guy over there. He might make a change. I don't think he likes Haskins. So I think they're getting a quarterback. I think the Lions are getting a corner because they're Darius Slay is going to get traded. They need to get a corner in the building, and Jeff Okudah is the best corner in this draft. Okay, the Giants are going to go offensive line or go linebacker. They missed out last year at linebacker. They might go this year and try to get a linebacker offensive line. The Dolphins trade a lot of assets this year. Kenny Stills, Laramie Tunsil. I think they're going to go after a left tackle in this draft at 5 to get the best guy. That's probably the best way they're probably going to go. The Chargers, Philip Rivers is gone. What are you going to do? Probably going to go after a quarterback in this draft. Okay, the Panthers are probably going to go probably going to go defensive line. They could go quarterback too. You never really know because I don't know if they're going to keep Cam Newton either. I mean, it sounds like they are keeping him, so I'm seeing them go defensive line or go linebacker. Cardinals are definitely going offensive line. Jaguars can go corner, defense, and defensive line. Jalen Ramsey is gone. AJ Bouye is going in the free agency. Yannick is gone at defensive end, and they lost the other guy, defensive tackle that they had, and he was with the Bills. I forgot his name. Um, he's going to be gone. So they need defensive line. They need corners badly. Okay, so who knows? Another corner probably could be taken. There could be 2 corners taken in the first round. Okay, the Browns are probably going to go offensive line this year, or they could go some random position, but I don't think they're going after receiver. I think they're literally going offensive line this year. The Jets are definitely going after offensive line this year. They have spent way too much money. They spent $90 million on players that either weren't producing or were hurt this year like crazy. So there you have it with that. And then once you get to the Raiders at pick 12, this is where it starts. This is where a receiver is probably going to get taken in this draft. So look for Jerry Jeudy. I have Jerry Jeudy going to the Raiders. Okay, I have Jerry Jeudy going to the Raiders, and the Colts. The Colts might pick up a linebacker this year or pick up an offensive lineman. They could go receiver as well, but I highly doubt it. I don't think so. The Buccaneers, they need a lot of help on defense. I just don't think anything's really going to happen with them. The Broncos, this is where the Broncos can get the next receiver of this draft. That could be Henry Ruggs going to the Broncos. Okay, so I have Henry Ruggs going to the Broncos at that stage, unless they like T. Higgins or like anybody else. I think from this, especially from this combine, I think Henry Ruggs can go to the Broncos. Okay, the Falcons, I don't know. They're Austin Hooper. They might go after a tight end this year. Austin Hooper is gone. He's going to be a free agent. They're going to be trading the running back. They're going to be trading their starting running back. They're missing a defensive end this year. They got a lot of holes. They're like on a retool mode right now. So they need to get some positions. So they can go running back. They can go tight end. I think they go tight end. That's just me because Austin Hooper is gone, and they had some good tight ends run some good 40 times today, with very good catching ability. So we'll see what happens with the Falcons. The Cowboys are definitely going after a safety, whether it's Delpit or it's what's his face, the safety from Alabama. They can go for him. I have them going after a safety. Now, Dolphins, I have another pick in this round. See, the problem is the Dolphins pick twice and the Raiders pick twice because they got a lot of picks. So the Dolphins can go after. They can go after. They need to go. So defensive end. They need a defensive tackle. They need a defensive end. They need a line. They need a safety. They need a linebacker. They need corner. They might go after. Dolphins might go after corner. Okay. They traded what's his face to the Steelers. Minka Fitzpatrick went to the Steelers, so they can go after corner. They can go after safety. They can go after linebacker. I think they can go after corner. You might have 2 corners gone by that time. The Raiders pick again, and I honestly don't know who they would really pick. They could pick an offensive lineman. They could pick. They could pick up. They could probably pick another cornerback. Maybe. I don't think so. So the Raiders, I don't think they're not going to go after 2 receivers in the first round. They're going to definitely go to another position that we don't really have to worry about. The Jaguars pick again. So like I said, they can go after a corner first, and then they can go after defensive line. I think honestly they have to go after corner and defensive line with their first 2 picks because they lost 2 defensive linemen to free agency, and they lost both their starting corners. Jalen Ramsey in a trade to the Rams, and they lost AJ Bouye to free agency. So they're going to have that with that. And then you have the Eagles sitting right there. Who's left on the board? Justin Jefferson is left on the board. CeeDee Lamb is left on the board. Jalen Rieger, all these guys are left on the board. So they need to pick the right guy at 21 if they decide to stay at 21. So that's where it's going to get a little crazy. Okay, so then you have the Bills right after the Eagles. They'll go after a receiver, most likely. The Patriots will probably go after a center this year. The Saints want to go after a receiver this year. That's definite. The Vikings will probably go after another cornerback this year. Xavier Rhodes is gone, and their other corner is not really doing too well. I forgot his damn name. And the Dolphins have another pick. They have another pick. They have three picks, and I think the Dolphins have three picks in the first round. Do they? They have 18. They have 20. No, they got two. Never mind. They got two. They got two. Oh, no, they have three. They have the fifth overall. They have the 18th overall. And they have the 26th overall. The Dolphins have three picks in the first round. Okay. The Seahawks can go pretty much any position, really. I don't think they're going after receiver. I think the Seahawks will go defensive line. I know they need help defensive end. That really no one's really staying healthy at defensive end too much. They can go after a hybrid linebacker if they want. They can get the guy Keith Murray or Kenneth Murray, whatever his name is from Oklahoma. He could probably get drafted in the first round late. Um, the Ravens. The Ravens are another team. They don't really have too many holes. I don't know what their free agents are like. I'm not really caring about these last few picks, to be honest. I'm not worried about what these teams are really doing. The Titans, I don't know if they're if they're keeping Ryan Tannehill or not. They could not. I have no idea. Because I heard a lot of speculation. Tom Brady could go to the Chargers. I think it's going to change up a little bit if Tom Brady goes to the Chargers. Tom Brady goes to the Titans. There's a lot of speculation with that. Um, the Packers, they have holes on the offensive line. They're getting a little old. They need to get some They need to get some offensive line. They need some defensive talent. That's definite. They need a cornerback. The 49ers, they can go after another running back this year. The Chiefs might have to go after a speed receiver this year. They might go after another guy. They can probably go get KJ Hill, go get Jalen Rieger, maybe last pick of the first round, because they got Demarcus Robinson going. Sammy Watkins is a free agent. You got some crazy stuff going on with that. So, yeah. So that's what I pretty much have for the entire draft board, and it works pretty damn good. So who could you trade up with? Okay, who can you actually trade up with? That's the question. So I'm going to say the Eagles could try to trade up. I would probably say try to trade with the Dolphins at 5 because they have 3 picks going into this. So they would literally have a pick at 18 and a pick at 21. If we could trade the 21st overall to the Dolphins at 5, we could get in the top 5 if we had to. So the Dolphins would have a pick at 18 and 21, and honestly, they could trade up from 2021 with our pick to somebody else if they want. If some other team wants to trade back or whatnot. So I mean, my idea would probably be to trade with the team that has the most picks, but you never know. You just make the phone call because you never know. The Chargers might say, we don't need the 6 overall pick. We could go all the way at the 21. Trade with the Panthers. I mean, the Panthers aren't going to trade back. The Cardinals aren't going to trade back. The Jags are definitely not trading back. Browns are not. The Jets probably not. I don't know. The Jets, I would try to maybe give them a call maybe and see if they want to trade back. The Jets need more picks because them drafting. I think the Jets would be a perfect pick to trade back with, just because they have a lot of money tied up right now. I don't know if getting one guy is like the big idea. I think you could trade back. They could trade. The Jets could trade with the Eagles and get the 21st overall and maybe another fourth round, a fourth and a sixth round pick with it. You never know what you got to do. So, um, let's see here. Bergang Jojo says the trade with the. No, we're not going to get our guy at 14. We might. It depends what the Raiders do. If the Raiders get the right guy, then we're going to have to. It depends. It all really depends. We could trade with the Buccaneers at 14. They need a defensive player. They could probably get the best defensive player in the draft, or one of the best defensive players in the draft. I mean, they could, depending if they're getting a cornerback, they're probably not going to get the best corner. They'll probably go, they could go defensive line. I mean, they could do a lot of things. Defensive line needs a lot of help for the Bucks. They need help at defensive line badly. The defense needs help in general. And the Bucks might go. They need a quarterback too because Jameis Winston's on some weird deal with the Bucks right now. I don't know if the Bucks really have them in their long term plans right now, so that could be a huge difference as well. So that's pretty much my draft board right now. I mean, I don't have names of where, I've kind of said a few names here and there, but honestly, you would really, if the Eagles really want to get desperate and jump in front of the Raiders, they would have to jump in front of the Raiders at 12. Trade with the Jets, the Browns, the Jags, Cardinals, Panthers. I don't think they have to move top five. I don't think they have to get too cute and move up to the top five with the Dolphins. I think they can really trade. They could probably trade with the Browns or the Jets. Probably, I think the Browns and the Jets would be the two spots where you could probably move up top 10, top 11 pick in this draft, and you get the best receiver that you want on the Philadelphia Eagles this year. Um, let's see. Let's see. Joe H says Cleveland Browns at 10 sounds good. It might be really difficult to trade into the top five. Miami staying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying because Miami has three picks. They're gonna pick a quarterback. They need some playmakers in the building now. You know what I mean? They got no quarterback. So look at the Dolphins, and you don't know some of these other teams can move up as well. So the Dolphins are dreading for a quarterback right now, and they might get they could get their guy. I mean I don't think other than the first two QBs taken, I don't think anyone else is really special. Um, but we'll see what happens. Um, I'd say you trade with the Jets, trade with the Browns. The Cardinals won't trade. The Panthers are not going to trade. The Chargers are another team where I don't know what they're doing. They going to pick a quarterback or are they going to just trade back, maybe acquire more picks and get some other positions? I don't know. But I think the Eagles need to call the Jets and the Browns, I think, immediately for the 11th or 10th overall and do something. Yeah, I heard Ruggs messed up his quad or whatnot. So I don't know what the case is with that right now, but we'll see. The same thing happened with John Ross. I think he did the same exact thing when he ran that 40 time. So it's going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens. I'm going to actually do a video on this of my pretty much my draft board and where I think we could do some good things here. So we'll check it out. We'll see what happens. Let's see here. Yeah, I might have to save this. I'm definitely gonna save this. Let's see. Let's check out a draft board here. Okay, so one, two. No friggin' way that's gonna happen. So I was looking at all the mock drafts. So the combine was showing they were showing like all the mock drafts, and most of the mock drafts said this was before the 40-yard dash, and most of them said C.D. Lamb at 21. Most of them said Henry Ruggs at 21. Um, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't want Ruggs now because they think he's too frail. They think if he gets hit, you throw a suicide pass to him and he gets hit in the NFL, he's gonna get hurt. Which what every receiver gets hurt. They said the same thing about Hollywood Brown. Look what Hollywood Brown's doing in the NFL right now. So I mean, it's kind of bullshit when it comes to all that. So it is what it is. Eagles champ says, "Do you see us drafting Lamb if he's there?" Oh, 100%. If he's there at 21, we're taking him. That's definite. That's definite. That's going to be our starting receiver this year. But I'm hoping some moves are made before the draft. Obviously, we're going to know what's going on with Jeffrey. We're going to have two open spots. We're going to have two open spots. Brand new wide receiver core with Deshaun Jackson, with our two tight ends in Zach Ertz and Dallas Goddard. A top three offensive line: Carson Wentz, Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Corey Clement. Yeah, John Ross ran a 4.22. Yes, I think he ran. I don't know if he. I think he pulled his. I think he pulled his quad too. I think on the first. I think the first time I think he did it. I don't. I think it was the first time because he ran the second time and he didn't. He couldn't do it. He couldn't run anything better after that. So, um, yeah, that's pretty much the draft board that I have here. I mean, that's. I think it's set up perfectly. Honestly, I think it's set up perfectly. But the Eagles need to move up. They need to move up. It's not you're not really moving up by too much either. You're really not. But Howie needs to grow some balls, and he needs to. I'll give away 3 picks to move up in this draft. I don't care. You have pick. You have draft picks for next year too. I mean, you can get rid of draft picks for next year as well. But I'm not saying take the house and get rid of draft picks for next year. But hey, if you need to add in like a fourth round pick for next year or something like that, you never know what could happen. I mean, we pretty much traded the house for Wentz, and we didn't lose anything. We ended up getting all the picks. We ended up getting back. We ended up getting all our picks back for the Wentz trade. So we pretty much got Carson Wentz for nothing. We got Carson Wentz for nothing. We literally for nothing. We got all our picks back. And that was when the Vikings needed a quarterback. We traded, they traded their first round pick to us to acquire Sam Bradford at the time, but Doug came into power. Um, Well, the Eagles are going to show up to their pro days regardless. They're going to show up to CeeDee Lamb's pro day. They're going to show up to Ruggs' pro day. It does just because they show up to the pro day, it doesn't mean anything. Just because the Eagles meet with all these players doesn't mean anything. Because last year the Eagles met up with I don't know how many players, and you know what I mean, and nothing. I don't even know if they probably met with Andre Dillard later in the year. So you never know what could happen, but pretty exciting to see this and see really where it goes. So, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Orlo, bro, I don't give a shit what we have to give up to get a playmaker, bro. It don't matter. We have 2 third round picks, bro. We got 2 third round picks. We got two thirds, 2 fifths. I think 1 fourth. We might have an extra sixth. I'm not sure. Um, but we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time with this. If Howie moves up, if Howie moves the hell up before the draft. I don't think I'm hoping to God he doesn't move up on draft day. I really want him to get this done. But some teams don't move up before the draft because then they think that other teams are going to move up in front of them. But if the Eagles can at least move up in this draft in front of the Raiders, or if they have some confidence that the Raiders are drafting, if they have confidence that the Raiders, if they call the Raiders, say, "Hey, who are you drafting at?" If they have a feeling, they're like, if they, it's all about trust. It's like, you're either going to be truthful or you're not going to, do the right thing. Um, they can call the Raiders up and be like, "Look, we want to get one of these receivers. We don't know who you're picking. We want to know what's going on. We'll help you if you help us." You know what I mean? If the Raiders say, "Hey, we want to get Jerry Jeudy," you say, "Okay, well, we want to get Ruggs. So we want to jump in front of you and probably get Ruggs. We won't take Jeudy." And they'll be like, "Okay." Not like you have to have permission, but you say, "Hey, like we're gonna jump in front and let them know what's going on." I mean, you really don't have to do that. So we'll see. I got my voice back. Yeah, I got my voice back. Yeah, Ruggs took the cake. Philly Talk podcast. He took the cake today. I didn't expect him running a 4.2 at all. I honestly didn't. What a 4.28. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, absolutely amazing. I can't even. Damn, this is good. This is gonna be fun, bro. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Um, because I'm gonna run a live stream for the draft of the first round that day. Um, Mims ran a 4.40, I think. Yeah, he ran a 4 point. Denzel Mims from Baylor. Oh my god, it was officially 4.27. Okay. Am I going to the draft? Hell, I wish. I wish. my buddy from work's actually going to the draft because he goes to Vegas a lot, and he might go. He might go. So we'll see. We'll see. Philly Talk podcast, bro. I mean, if that's true, I've heard those rumors about him having the Tyreek S route running, and but better. I mean, if that's the case, man, it's gonna be. I don't know. I know everyone's gonna jump on the Ruggs train because he runs fast. I mean, you know what I mean. I understand. I understand why. Oh, T Higgins didn't even run today because I didn't see his name today. So that's definitely gonna hurt him by not running today. They'll probably go to his pro day. They'll probably go to his pro day because the pro days are pretty much like a couple weeks before the draft, where like they give another evaluation of their 40 time. You know, they go to their school and they do their 40 time. I don't. I'm looking. I should be looking here. I'm looking there. Um, that's why the pro days are good too, because then you see if they've worked better at what they were doing. Their draft stock can go up just a little bit more beforehand of the draft. I'm so excited for this draft, guys. I'm like so damn excited. Um, you know what, Mr. INT Laviska Chenault didn't really I mean, he's got a lot of weight. What is he? How much does he weigh? 240 to 260. He weighs a lot. He's a big guy. He weighs a lot. I didn't expect him to run that fast anyway. Um, oh, good for you, Alex, bro. I would love to do that. I'm actually working on a plan to go to Desert Eagle 90's house, and me and him are going to react to the draft together. So that's probably going to be the plan for me and Desert. Me and Desert have been talking about it. So yeah, that's what we're probably going to do. Philly Talk Podcast says, I said in my video, if some of these bigger guys can get a 4.40, I'd like it. And I like what Jefferson did. Still, though, Ruggs can't say no more. 100%, dude. And you know what? Jefferson, wherever Justin Jefferson goes, is going to be amazing as well. So, but you know, what I mean, it's. I think honestly, guys, I think Ruggs is going to be our guy. I think Ruggs is going to be the guy. I think that's our guy. I think it's going to be our dude. Dude, just imagine, right? I know I have a feeling, dude. Here's what I think is gonna happen in free agency. Okay, I got a feeling that the Eagles are gonna, and it's gonna. It doesn't sound stupid because I think it will happen. I don't want it to really happen, but I think the Eagles are gonna go. If Amari Cooper isn't paid by the Dallas Cowboys, I think Amari Cooper is gonna be an Eagle. I think he's gonna be an Eagle. Unfortunately, I think that's going to happen. I think it's really going to happen. I know there's a lot of speculation going around, but I have a feeling the Eagles are like the top landing spot, and they're the top team that's going to go after Amari if the Cowboys don't pay him. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I have a feeling that I have a feeling that the Eagles are going to try and acquire him and pay him. I think that's what's going to happen. If you get Amari here, so what would you guys think of Amari, Ruggs, Deshaun Jackson? No, Cooper doesn't suck. Cooper's not a bad receiver at all. If Cooper's healthy, he's fine. That's the issue. Everyone thinks he sucks because he's always fucking hurt. I mean, that's the problem. No, Dallas. I don't think Dallas is moving up for. I don't think Dallas is not moving up in this draft. I highly doubt they move up in this draft. I don't think so. They need draft picks. They're not going to give up draft picks. I don't think so. All right? So Amari's gone. They still have receivers. They still got. I mean, they got 13. Michael Gallup. They still got. I always forget his name. I don't know why. Michael Gallup's still a good player. They still have a good offensive line. They got a great running back. They pretty much need to fill up one spot. They can easily get a KJ Hill, a Jalen Rieger if they want. They can go get Jalen Rieger if they want with that pick. I mean, they could do a lot of things. Yeah, I saw from the Cardinals that the Cardinals might get have interest as well. Where do you think we got to move up to get Ruggs? We have to move up to pick 11. We have to move up in front of the Raiders. We have to move up in front of the Raiders or behind the Raiders. Whatever it is. We have to move from 20, 21. We have to move from 21 to 9 to 12 to 11. From 21 to 11. We need to try to get the Jets pick or the Browns pick. Or if Frank Reich is all cool and all, if Frank Reich wants to do us a favor, we could, if we call up the Raiders, say, hey, who are you picking? Are you going to pick? We want to pick one of these top receivers. You know what I mean? If you know if the Eagles make a call to the Raiders, say, hey, we might trade with the Colts behind you guys, and we want to pick one of these top receivers. Are you guys going to pick the best receiver? Who are you guys picking in your eyes? You know what I mean? If they say, hey, we're going to go get Jerry Jeudy, then we say, okay, well, we're going to get Ruggs. And we say, okay, cool. You know what I mean? But you never know. Like, teams lie to each other all the time. Um, the Raiders like CD and Jerry Jeudy. They like both of those guys. Yeah, I don't know if Perriman's going to be here. I don't think so. I don't think they'll go after Perriman. I like Perriman. I think he's an upcoming receiver that's really done some good things. But so the Raiders might skip land. Don't be look, dude. I have number one. I have two. I have a friend, right? I have a friend at work. He's 45 years old. He's been a diehard Alabama fan all his life. His favorite team is Alabama. He's a diehard Alabama fan. He's a diehard he's a diehard Raiders fan. Okay, and he thinks Judy is going to be the guy for the Raiders. And I believe him because he knows his shit. He knows a lot. He knows about those where those Alabama receivers could go. Judy or Ruggs, but CeeDee Lamb's from played really well in Oklahoma with really he had some guys around him, but I mean he played pretty damn well. CD is just great. I mean the one play where he just stopped in space on the sideline, thinking he was gonna get tackled out of bounds on the sideline, and he stops, guy gets by him, and he just runs through all the little spaces. It's just crazy. My dream pick, my dream honestly, I wanted Ruggs for a while. I wanted Ruggs for a while. That was my pick. That was my pick. Ruggs was my pick. So if you guys have not either, I made a video before the stream. I did make a video about the 40-yard dash. If you guys could like that video, I really do appreciate it. I'm kind of just seeing where everyone's going with it. Seeing that everyone's interested in it. I tried doing a video on it. I don't think I did a great job. I don't think I did a great job on the video. I think I kind of I don't know. I think I screwed up on some things on that video. Not in a bad way, but if you guys could like that video that I did before this one, the 40-yard dash review, I really do appreciate it. It was a video that it was late at night. I was trying to do all the editing, get everything done for it. So we're not getting Stephon Diggs, bro. Just stop, bro. I love you, INT, but we're not getting Diggs. It's not happening. It's not. We're not trading picks and paying a top receiver with top receiver money. It's not happening. He's a $15 million cap hit. There's no way. All right, so let's check it out. Since you guys are asking the questions, let's check Stephon Diggs contract on overthecap.com because that's the best site to go at. All right, let's check this out. You trade for Diggs, all right? So you trade for Diggs this year. He's going to be a $14 million cap hit. And you have to pay him. You have to pay him $10 million, and he's a $14 million cap hit. Nope. And you have to give up picks in a trade. And if you don't think the Vikings are going to try to get, if you don't think the Vikings are going to try to get they're going to try to get a first round pick out of him, you're out of your mind. There's no way the Eagles are doing that. Sorry, but I appreciate it, INT. I appreciate it, bro. He's a female. Under all that masculinity, he is a female. So you're probably right on that. Probably right on that. You guys are freaking hilarious. Joe H says, I'd rather have Howie spend money on defense and free agency and sign Robbie Anderson and draft Justin Jefferson. Anderson will be cheaper than Cooper. I think they spend big on cornerback. You know what? I agree with you 100% because I think the Eagles should go defense in free agency. I think they should go after two corners. I think they should go after two corners in free agency or one or two. Go after. I think they should sign a linebacker in free agency, whoever it is. I'm not saying go get Blake Martinez, but I'm saying at least go get Covington or something like that. I think you could. I think you could do a lot with that. I think you could. I think you could get two free agents. You know, Robbie Anderson's commending. He's definitely going to be cheaper than Amari. I mean, that's definitely true. Um, so I think Amari or Robbie Anderson will be a Philadelphia Eagle. That's probably what's going to happen. Who did the Browns release? I don't know who they released. I have no idea. Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham. Because other than that, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Antonio Callaway. I thought he got released. Did he? Didn't he get released a while ago? He just got released. Hmm. Well, I don't think the Eagles are going after Callaway. I don't think that's happening. Regardless, I don't think they need to be. They need to get a roster together this year. And you know what Howie said was pretty damn cool too. Howie was pretty much like, he wants to sign core guys. He doesn't want to sign guys to 1 year deals. He wants to sign guys that'll be here for the next 4 to 5 years, which I was really happy too because he wants guys here for the long term. That's what I want to hear from my GM. No rentals. No, we're going to trade for this guy. He has 1 year left on his contract and we're going to rent him and we're going to let him go. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want guys here for the long. We have to, guys. We have to. Carson Wentz's extension kicks in 2021. We're not going to be making big moves like this. You know what I mean? We're not going to be making moves like this. Like they need to get a roster together. They need to get a roster together this year. That's what they need to do. Okay. Oh, he did get released a while back. Okay, because I remember he getting. Oh, he's on Tampa. Oh, he's on. Oh, he went to the XFL. Okay, well you can forget about that then. He's in the XFL. He's probably enjoying himself in the XFL, especially if he's playing well. Forget it. He ain't gonna come back to the NFL. um, once Carson Wentz's extension kicks in, okay, once his extension actually kicks in, that's where it's gonna get kind of crazy. That's where it's gonna get crazy. So, um, you know, oh my God, let's go to Carson. Let's go to Carson Wentz. This I haven't looked at this in a while, so I'm gonna be like, I'm be like, God, 6'5", 237. Jesus Christ, keep forgetting. Oh my God. Oh my God, yo, it's crazy. Okay, so Carson Wentz's base salary for 2020 is only 1.3 million. Okay, his cap number is $18 million this year, which isn't it's high, but it's not bad. Okay, now hold your damn breath. In 2021, we're paying him 15 million base salary. His cap number for 2021 went from 18 million to 34 million. 34. 34 million. No joke. Absolutely crazy. And then after that, he gets paid 31 for 2022. 2023 he gets paid 34, the same as next year, and then he gets paid the 32 million in 2024. So, yeah, those are the cap numbers right there. That's those are cap numbers right there. Man, that is just crazy right now. But I like this draft board. I do. I do. I like this draft. I like this. Let's see. Orlo says, "Imagine what the Chiefs are going to go through with Patrick." I honestly, I don't. I don't know, bro. But you know what though? The other side of Patrick Mahomes, you know what I want to see from Patrick Mahomes? I want to see it. I want to see Patrick Mahomes deal with adversity. I want to see Patrick Mahomes deal with injuries. I mean, what if Patrick Mahomes went through what Carson Wentz through this year? You know what I mean? What if he went through what Carson Wentz went through with literally guys off the street, guys, everybody's hurt. That's what I want to see from Patrick Mahomes. I actually want to see him deal with adversity. He's in the right situation right now, and he's put in the perfect situation right now. So I want to see him overcome, like Aaron Rodgers has overcome injuries on his team, made to the playoffs, and has gotten far. Other quarterbacks have done it too, but I'm saying I want to see Patrick Mahomes deal with adversity. He hasn't dealt with any adversity. His offensive line's been healthy. His receivers have been healthy. You know what I mean? He's had top notch guys around him. He hasn't had to deal with a few guys going down. That's what I want to see from him. Everyone's like, oh my God, he is amazing. He did win a Super Bowl, but you know what? I want to see the other side of Patrick Mahomes because if Patrick Mahomes has no injuries on his team, he's probably going to play well. And if he has injuries, you never know what's going to happen. So, so I bet Cowboy X Factor once he gets that $200 million, he's going to be like, then the pressure is really going to be on him. You never know, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he has, just say he loses three receivers, like, is he gonna take that team to the Super Bowl? Is he gonna take? Is he even gonna make the playoffs? That's what I want to see from Patrick Mahomes. That's what I want to see. The Eagles could get Chenault, but they're not going to get him in the first round. I mean, Chenault is going to go to the second round. It could go early third. Depends how the draft board goes, guys. Like I said, there's a lot of receivers. I think the Eagles have a lot of receivers on their draft board right now. I think they have Jalen Rieger there. I think they have KJ Hill there. I think they have guys in front of Chenault. I think they really are interested in Chenault, but I think after today, maybe it's putting a little bit of a break on him. Even CD Lamb running a 4.5, I'm just like, he had a really slow get up start in that 40-yard dash too. I want to see at his pro day if he actually gets a better time because that four I could probably see him getting the four. I'm hoping getting to like the late 4.4s. That's what I'm hoping he gets. But I think. Do you think Greg Ward will get a starting spot on this roster? No, not no. He probably won't. I think he'll be a backup this year. Greg Ward has one more year on his contract. JJ has, JJ needs, Howie is thinking right now, and he said at the draft, not the one on one, not the I think it was Pro Football Talk. They interviewed Howie Roseman, and he said that they're expecting JJ to have a big year from year one to year two. So we'll see about that. So, do you think Ruggs is on their draft board? On the Eagles draft board, of course. They've already met with. He was the first. I think he's the first player. I think he was the first player they met with. I think Ruggs was the first player they met with. Actually, in order, the first player they met with. Cowboy X Factor says the Chiefs franchise tagged Chris Jones, their defensive tackle, so that is eating into their cap space. They have to pay Patrick Mahomes, so good thing they won the Super Bowl within their time frame. Yeah, 100%. And they're losing Demarcus Robinson, one of the backup receivers that's been productive when going in. What's his face? The other receiver, Sammy Watkins. He's supposed to be a free agent as well. They're gonna have to pay a lot, dude. I think they have like 6 or 7 free agents this year. The Eagles have 18 free agents this year. I mean, it's crazy. I will go all the way and dude, I don't know. I want to see if they actually trade Malcolm Jenkins or they keep Malcolm Jenkins. I want to see if they. I just want to see what's going to happen. This free agency, though, the Eagles are going after. The Eagles are going to have a receiver. The Eagles are going to have one or two corners from free agency, and the Eagles are going to go after a linebacker. They could go, and then they might do like some like veteran. Might do a veteran or signing or two. They might maybe go after Clinton Dix later, and maybe a few weeks after free agency, they'll do. Howie will do those little depth signings. You know what I mean? Howie will fix the depth up a little bit. That's what he usually does. So, I don't know because um the Cowboys are, I think, in the motion of tagging Dak Prescott. I mean, that's what I saw on TV today. I think they're trying to get a deal done. I think what's going on is that Dak might cave in and maybe accept Wentz money, pretty much. But it might happen. It might not happen. I honestly don't know. If they want to keep Amari Cooper and they want to keep um, Randall Cobb, they want to keep Randall Cobb, keep Amari Cooper. I want to see. Um, because I know if Dallas is going to have to pay hard. Dallas has 75 to 78 million dollars in cap space. They have a lot of cap. They have a lot of cap space, but they haven't paid anybody yet. They haven't paid anybody yet. Elliott's contract. I don't think Ezekiel Elliott's deal doesn't kick in till next year either. Um, let's let's check that out quick, just for shits and giggles. Let's just check that out. Yeah, he's spread out pretty evenly. So he's getting like he's a 10 million cap number. Um, he's a 10 million cap number this year. He's a 13 next year, a 16 the year after, a 15. I mean, he's getting paid, six. He's getting paid 6 million this year, nine the next year, 12 the next year, 10. So they spread out his money pretty good throughout the next, what was it, 5 year extension till 2026, whatever it was. Trade up in front of the Cardinals to get CD Lamb. Why you have to trade up in front of the Cardinals? Why? Why? The Cardinals are definitely not going receiver this year. I think Cardinals are going to go. I think the Cardinals are going to go in free agency and go get a receiver. They could. I don't think they're going after receiver in this draft. They could. They could, but I don't think they are. I just don't think the Cardinals are going after receiver. If Cardinals sign, I'm gonna check with that team. If they sign a free agent receiver, I don't think they're going after receiver in the draft. Not in the first round. They're not. They have so many holes. They have offensive line holes. They have defensive. All they did with the past 2 years, all they've been doing is signing veteran players. All they've been doing is signing veteran players. I mean, that's all they've been doing. They really haven't been getting, I mean, Larry Fitzgerald is still there. I don't know why. I mean, just get fucking rid of him. Like, why are you even keeping him for another year? So now you have Larry Fitzgerald there for another year, so which hurts them from drafting another receiver as well. I wouldn't be mad if they got Justin Jefferson either, man. I wouldn't. I want to see what the Eagles do in free agency first, but if all else, I'm all in on getting Ruggs, dude. I don't know why everyone's so afraid to trade picks. Like, I don't get it. Like, you're not trading like one pick to move up like 11, 10, 11 spots. It's not gonna happen. Like, they're gonna have to trade like they're gonna have to trade a first. They're gonna have to trade their first I would trade a first, a third, and a fucking six. I would trade a first, a third, and a fifth for Henry Ruggs. First, a third, and a fifth. We have another third, and we have another fifth. So we're gonna have a third and a fifth regardless. Exactly, Orlo. You got to risk it for the biscuits. Plus the T Gang says facts. Eddie Ortiz plus the Harley throw to Larry Fitzgerald anymore. So why? That's what I'm saying. What's the point? It's like, oh, I'm staying for another year. Oh, I got extended for another year. I'm staying for another year. This has been happening for what, 3, 4 years? He's been pretty much staying there for an extra year. Cowboy X Factor came up with something fantastic. Thank you for the information. Cowboy X Factor says Sammy Watkins has a cap hit of 21 million, and the Chiefs can save 14 if they cut him. So, bearing a pay cut, I expect him to be a free. Oh, 100%, dude. If that's the case, then yeah, he's gone. I've never been so hyped for a draft in my life. Orlo, I agree. I agree, bro. I'm gonna be so psyched for this draft. Oh my god. I don't even want to go to work tomorrow, bro. Like I'm so excited. Like it's not this shit's not till fucking like a lot of people I know don't like the draft. A lot of people think the draft is boring. You know what I mean? But the draft is like watching a football game, bro. It's like the same. It's like you get in your Eagles gear that day, and you. It's like you're pretty much watching football that day. That's pretty much what you're doing, and it doesn't even matter when you're picking. It doesn't even matter. So I need to see what they do with some of these guys. I need to see what they do with Mount. They need to make some sacrifices, guys. Unfortunately, the Eagles are going to have to make some sacrifices because if Malcolm Jenkins, if the Eagles don't pay Malcolm Jenkins, you know what I mean. I understand the Eagles not. Malcolm still makes a good amount of money, but he wants a little bit of a bump. I mean, I don't think he wants a bump. He wants like, hey, I want to get paid 14, 15 million. You know what I mean? He wants a new contract. So I mean, um, you know, Malcolm, I don't think they're gonna hold this. You know what I mean? I don't think they're gonna hold on to this because it's just gonna complicate, training camp and stuff. Not having Malcolm there, you need to get Malcolm out of the building if you have to. This way, the team is not distracted by it when it happens in the off season during training camp during OTAs. I don't know, but yeah, Devin Derv. Yeah, what round? Oh, you just got done watching, bro. That's cool. Yeah, no, I'm. Oh yeah, if you guys have not, I made a video before this. I don't know if it's good, guys. I tried to make a good video on like a 40-yard dash video, but I tried, but it probably isn't that good. I'm just gonna be honest. I thought it was okay, but if you guys don't mind liking this video and liking that video that I did on the 40-yard dash review before this video, I would appreciate if you guys could like that video. I really do appreciate it with that. Well, that's what I'm saying, man. If Malcolm Jenkins holds out, I'm pretty much like done. I'm like done with it. I'm honestly done with it. Um, Cowboy X Factor says, "Can you tell? I can tell you he will not come to the Cowboys as they want to resign Robert Quinn. Tank Lawrence is already under contract. They want to sign Randall. No, because they already said today. The Cowboys already said today, or the head coach already said today. McCarthy already said he wants to try and keep Randall Cobb, and because he has Randall Cobb was on Green Bay, and he wants to keep Amari Cooper. So you're going to tag press. I mean, things could change. I mean, Dak Prescott said he was going to sit out if he gets tagged. He wants a contract, but I don't know. I feel like he's going to cave in and fold a little bit and accept the deal that's coming to him, or maybe not. You never really know. The Cowboys have 75 to 70, what, 77, $78 million in cap space. So I mean, they haven't really spent any money yet. Ezekiel Elliott's contract doesn't really kick in till next year. Um, oh hell no, Joe. Hell no. Hell no, Joe. I'd be pissed, bro. I'd be pissed. I'd be really pissed, bro. But hey, it is what it is. Um, this free agency is going to be used for defense, and I guess got a feeling they're going after a receiver. I don't think they're. I don't know. I don't like defense wise. I think I need to see what's going on with Malcolm Jenkins first before I figure out the safety position. But before I figure out the safety position, I need to figure out what's going on with Malcolm Jenkins. That's like number one on my list on defense. Then after that, go get a free agent linebacker. Go get a go get a corner or two. You need to get somebody. Jalen Mills, I don't know what's going on with him. He put up like an Eagles video a few weeks ago. He put up a video of like highlights of him playing with the Eagles, and he didn't really say anything. So I don't know what the hell what that means too much. Oh, what, the leftover money goes to Robert Quinn, if not Byron Jones. I don't know if they're signing. No, they're not. They're not going to re-sign Byron. No, there's no way that's happening. Robert Quinn, they could definitely resign him. Byron Jones is commanding like 15, 16 million. He's commanding. I think he's commanding 15, 16 a year. There's no way. There's no way the Cowboys are going to retain Byron Jones. That. There's no way that's happening. Robert Quinn, definitely, but no. Yeah, we fucked up when LJ Fort leaving was a big mistake, and I knew it was. And he's balling out in Baltimore now. Oh, fucking unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. Devin Derv, I think the Eagles have KJ Hill. I think the Eagles have a lot more players. Well, the Eagles have 2 third-round picks. That's even better. They can move into the second round. They can literally draft 2 people in the second round if they really want. You know what I mean? They got 2 spots in the third round. So you could see the Eagles could. The Eagles honestly could draft like if the Eagles could hit on 4 picks in this draft that are going to produce, I'd be happy. I'd be happy. 100%. I'd be happy. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think we dodged Byron Jones. I don't think so. I don't think so. The Eagles need to draft a corner this year. That's definite. The Eagles need to go into the second round or the third round to draft a corner. They need to draft a corner between second and third round picks this year. They need to. They have to. They have to draft somebody. Because honestly, there are some good guys in this draft that can come in and learn a little bit and they can actually play. I think we'll actually get somebody pretty good in this draft if they put their, if they work out in this system, we bring them to Philadelphia. And I think we could do a good job with that. Oh, okay. I thought you said Byron Jones might. You said he might get the money. No, well, Robert Quinn definitely. I mean, he's older, very productive. So I mean, he's not cost what a few $1,000,000. Not going to cost that much. If we got Byron Jones, would you like it? I'm not saying that Byron Jones is a bad corner. He's actually a good corner. The problem is he's not a turnover machine. He doesn't really get turnovers. You know what I mean? Um, to pay 15, $16 million a year to Byron Jones, I would expect him to go get interceptions and get some turnovers, and that's the problem. Like he just doesn't do that, unfortunately. We need a young linebacker in free agency this year. We need to maybe try to draft one as well to put in the mix with the competition. See if he could beat whoever we draft could beat Nate Gary as well. So I'm gonna have a video on the draft board probably tomorrow. I'm gonna do a video on that tomorrow night of the draft board, and see where that goes. So yeah, I saw the report Cowboy about the Colts being interested in Nelson Aguilar. Well, Frank Reich is there, and Mike Rowe is gonna be there now. So as a wide receiver coach, um, uh, you know, uh, he could go to the Colts. I honestly don't. That's better for us because the Colts won't draft a receiver. I don't think they're drafting a receiver anyway. So hell no, dude. I would not, dude. You're gonna kill. You're killing this team if you trade for Diggs. You're killing this team for trading for Diggs. You're telling me right now you're not going to go into this draft and get a guy that could start day one that's probably could be better than Diggs. You're talking about trading a first round pick for Diggs, and you're not giving them a second round pick. There's no way. There's no way. No, I don't want T.Y. Hilton, bro. I don't, dude. We're going in this draft to get a receiver. Fuck that. I know you're kidding, but hell no. I would never do that. I wouldn't be happy about that. Stephon Diggs is going to cost you $15 million this year for the next few years. He's still got a few years left on his deal. He's mad expensive. He's too expensive. I'd rather just pay somebody than actually give up picks and pay somebody. So you'd rather pay somebody. You'd rather give up picks to a team and acquire a player that we have to pay a lot of money to than just to go in this draft and have somebody for 5 years, 4 years with a fifth-year option, and there you go. You have somebody for 4 to 5 years with Carson Wentz. 100% Cowboy. He's gonna the first round draft pick. That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen, man. So it should be interesting. It should be interesting. I'm telling you. I mean, Stefon Diggs is getting to his prime. He's 26, going on 27. You know what I mean? He's getting into his prime now. So there's no point. There's no point of even. We need younger guys in here. The main focus, Orlo, 100%. Joe H says, if I'm Howie trading for Slay and blowing money on Byron Jones, I'll eat up probably more than half of the cap space, but I need a new secondary draft. Everything else, starting with wide receiver. Yeah. If they want to trade for, I don't know, dude. I have a feeling that they're going to try to trade for Slay. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're not going to make two trades. They're going to make one trade. The Eagles want to keep their picks, man. The Eagles need their picks for this draft. If the Eagles move up in this draft before, I don't know. It depends. Ruggs is my boy, man. That's my boy. That's who I want in this draft. It's not because of this 40-yard dash. I've always wanted Ruggs since day one. I've wanted Ruggs, Judy, or Lamb, but I liked Ruggs because of his explosiveness. I liked Ruggs. I'm not saying that CD has no explosiveness. All these guys do, but Ruggs just has that instinct that I do like. You know what I mean? And to be with, imagine having Ruggs. We get. I don't know who else. I don't know who our other receivers going to be. If we have Ruggs, we pair him up with somebody else, and then you have Deshaun Jackson on the other side. I mean, it's not even gonna be fair. I mean, you have to draft two receivers in this draft. You need to draft somebody so they can play behind Deshaun Jackson. That's what you need this year. You need to draft a top receiver in this draft. You need to go in free agency and probably, I don't know if they're going to go. I have a feeling they're going to try to go after a receiver in free agency. And I don't know. They're going to have to. I don't know. I don't know. They're going to have to draft another speedster behind Deshaun Jackson. Or if they, when Deshaun leaves in 2 years, this year, next year, you put Ruggs on the outside, on the other side. I mean, you can move Ruggs to the slot. You can move him. You can pretty much put him wherever you want. It doesn't matter where he is. I don't care if I don't give a damn if it's not fair. We need it badly. I know. I know. I know. I know. um, He did. He killed it, bro. I understand. So that's my dude. Henry Ruggs is my dude, bro. He's my dude. That's what I want. That's who I want. But remember, guys, whoever they do draft, I will support them regardless. I will support them. I'm not one of them haters like, oh, we don't get our guy, then I'm pissed, and then I'm like, fuck this guy comes to our team. No, like whoever comes to our team, I'm gonna support, regardless if I didn't like the pick or I'm always gonna give somebody a chance. But honestly, if we draft Ruggs, if we draft Judy, if we draft, CeeDee Lamb, I'm going to be happy with all three of them whichever one is coming to Philly. I'm going to be happy with either one. But if we get Ruggs, I'm going to be more stacked. Then I'm going to be celebrating regardless, but I'm going to be celebrating even more if we actually get Ruggs. Okay. If we drafted Ruggs, who would be our number one? See, the thing is, everyone's going to think Deshaun Jackson's our number one guy, but he can't. Like, we can't put him as the number one guy. You know what I mean? He's the number one guy because he has the speed. But the thing is, I think, Ruggs is going to do a lot more. He's not just, Jackson. I think Ruggs is going to be more durable. Ruggs is going to be able to capture the ball in traffic if he has to. You know what I mean? Deshaun, you're not trying to throw the ball into traffic. You're getting Deshaun on post corners, on verticals, on Hail Marys, on whatever, on comeback routes. You're not trying to throw to Deshaun Jackson, eh, you know, in stupid, in traffic. Ruggs you could throw to him in traffic if you need to, and he's durable and he's young. You know what I mean? So that's where it's going to be different. I think this is one of the biggest off seasons. I think because of how many free agents they have, because they have 18 free agents. I think this is one of the biggest because of the free agents. I think it's one of the biggest because this isn't a rebuild that everyone thinks it is. It's not a rebuild. It's like how Howie said it. It's like a retool. We're retooling. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what we're doing right now. Yeah. Deshaun still has it 100%. Oh my God, yes, 100%. Deshaun Jackson, between Deshaun Jackson, and then you got Boston Scott, Miles Sanders in the backfield, and they're going out for passes on top of getting the rock as well, plus Carson Wentz extending plays. I mean, the Eagles could have a good season, but once we get our roster together, once we go over the roster review, we go over what we have. Now, then it's pretty much all about staying healthy. I mean, that's pretty much it, and that's the name of the Eagles story. The past since 17, it's been health. That's what's been going on. So you can only do so much in one off season, and that's true. But honestly, I think the Eagles could cover up a lot of holes in this off. I think the Eagles could do a lot in this off season. I honestly think they can. I think they have just the right amount of cap. They have $46.5 million in cap space. I think Howie's going to restructure more deals to make more room. I think that's what's going to happen too. Because once I want this roster locked up for the next 4 to 5 years. I don't want to even if we should at least have maybe one or two free. We should have at least 2 to 3 free agents next year. I mean, starting guys. That's what I mean. Maybe not maybe backups, reserve type guys that are going to be in free agency. But I'm expecting at least at least 3 free agents next year. At least. I don't want 18 free agents in one. This is because Howie's been signing 1-year deals and signing guys or trading for guys that have 1 deal left on their contract. That's what's been the problem. And that's what he's been doing. And the favoritism of the veteran guys over the young players, that has been an issue with this team, regardless of what's been going on. So at this moment of time, Howie wants core guys on this team. He wants young core guys. Alshon Jeffrey needs to go. He's gonna go. They have no choice. He just, you know what? Alshon Jeffrey has a bad contract. I mean, it's not Howie's fault. It is what it is. They made a contract for him. They pretty much restructured Alshon last year. They gave him a full guaranteed contract in 2020, and unfortunately, it didn't work out. So the Eagles are just gonna have to, they're gonna have to try to trade him. I mean, it's gonna be $16 million in cap space. They could spread out the dead money throughout the years, so they don't have to pay that much. I think they could spread out dead money in 3 years, so they can actually spread out 16. If they trade him, they only have $16 million in dead cap, so you could spread that out a little bit. You know what I mean? You could spread out $5.5 million a year, so it's not as bad. I think KJ Hill is KJ Hill is more of a gadget receiver. That's why I don't think he's got elite speed. I think KJ Hill is more of a gadget guy. I think he's good for checkdowns and he's good for quick little screens or little slant passes. I don't think he's going to be that guy you're going to go to on the field, okay? I think he's used as a gadget type guy that comes in and gets little chunk plays. What did KJ Hill run? What was his 40, if you guys have it, because I don't have it? What did he run? What did KJ run? Let me see. Okay, you're going to tell me what it... 4.6? That's it.
Just really blew up for Texas, but he is a burner. He was a track star, ran a 10-200 meters. One of these guys that everyone is talking about as one of these fast players that can play right away. You want those Tyreek Hills now. Devin Duvernay meters, one of these guys that everyone is talking about as one of the blew up for Texas, but he is a burner. He was a track star, ran a 10-200 meters, one of these guys that everyone is talking about as one of these fast players that can play right away. You want those tires?
He don't look that fast. So he ran twice. Damn. Yikes. All right, what about KJ Hamler? What did he put? Eagles are talking to him. Eagles need to draft 2 receivers this year. Because, Deshaun Jackson's here this year, and he's here for another year. I don't know if Deshaun Jackson's leaving after this year. The Eagles need to pick up two receivers in this draft. A playmaker, and they need to pick up someone to go behind Deshaun. Somebody with a lot of speed behind Deshaun as well. 4.6? Yikes. That's not good. KJ Hamler ran a 4.6. Bro. This is a problem. This isn't good. They need to go after Jalen Reagor, bro. They need to draft Jalen Reagor. I'd rather take Jalen Reagor at a 4.47. Okay, so apparently at Penn State, they clocked him at 4.28. What did he run today? That's what he ran today? No, he didn't. Did he run? Because apparently he didn't run today. Hamler won't run 40-yard dash. He tweaked his hamstring in training, but said he ran a 4.27 and will run at his pro day. Yeah, because he tweaked his hamstring, but said that he ran a 4.27. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Hamstrings and calves and all that shit in your legs, bro, those injuries are just really bad. I mean, so are we going to draft him? So we're going to draft this guy and kind of just be like, we're going to take a chance. And hopefully he can fucking run. I was going to run in the 4.2 range, Hamler said. I wasn't going to accept anything less. I need to write that down. Because I'm going to forget about this shit. Yes, I write stuff down because I'm cool. So he ran a 4.28. I would go for Jalen Reagor, bro. I'd rather go for Jalen Reagor. I honestly would go for Jalen Reagor. Honestly, unless until we see KJ Hamler's pro day, I'm not pick right now. I wouldn't pick him. I wouldn't take a chance on a guy that literally just that tweaked his hamstring and says he ran a 4.28. So I don't know. I'd wait on that. I'd wait till his pro day. If he runs a 4.28 in his pro day, then sure, I would definitely draft him. Definitely draft him. You think Jalen Reagor's too slow? I mean, it is what it is, guys. Like, we're not every receiver we have is not going to be running a 4.2. I mean, there's guys that run fast. That 4.3 is still fast. 4.4 is, is is not bad. When you get into the 4.5, 4.6, then you have a problem. You know what I mean? Like 4.4 isn't horrible, but it's not bad. Yeah, Aiden, we've been talking about this all day today. We've been talking about this all day today. So trade up for Ruggs is priority. Yup. What Orlo said right there. Oh, Michael Pittman. I don't even know. I didn't. I didn't watch everything today. I watched the main guys. You know, Michael Pittman that everybody wants. .52. Michael Pittman 4.52. I don't know, bro. He's quick. He's got good. He's good laterally. He moves fast, but his he moves quick laterally. Like his agility is really good, but his 40-yard dash wasn't that good. Yeah, he ran a 4.52. I was, you know what? To be honest, I think he could run faster, bro. Just because, dude, everyone's got to stop being like, "Oh my god, he ran a 4.5. He's horrible." Like there's some players that you know that they're slow, like just by looking at them and that they're trying hard. And then there's some players that you know they have really bad get-offs at the combine. I think Jerry Jeudy had a bad get-off. I think CeeDee Lamb had a bad get-off. I don't think CeeDee Lamb could run a 4.2, but I'm saying he can at least run at least a 4.4, a 4, a 4.4 or an early 4.4, something like that. You know what I mean? No, it's not about speed. Everyone's talking about the 40-yard dash. That's all. It's not about speed. It's about all these guys. Lamb, it's not. They can all catch. They all have good body control. They pretty much could do anything you want them to do. They're all good. Yeah, for a tall receiver, 4.5. You know what I mean? I don't know if they'll actually draft that. What is Pittman going to go in the late second to early third? I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Denzel Mims ran a 4.40. He didn't run a 4.38. Mims ran a 4.40. I have the video of it. I watched his video. I watched his video on what he did at the combine. He didn't run. He ran a 4.40. Let's see here. So should be interesting. Let's see. Whose mock draft is this? Mock draft. Recent mock draft. The Eagles take CeeDee Lamb to the Cardinals, Jerry Jeudy to the Jags, Andrew Simmons to the Jets, Isaiah Simmons to the Raiders, Henry Ruggs goes to the Broncos, Laviska Shenault goes to the Raiders, Grant Delpit goes to the Cowboys, Christian Fulton, cornerback from LSU, goes to the Eagles. Justin Jefferson goes to the Saints. There is no fucking. If I even see. This is a dumbass mock. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. If I see Justin Jefferson, dude, just say all the receivers. Just say Judy gets taken, Lamb gets taken, and Ruggs gets taken, and Justin Jefferson is still on the board. If we pick a cornerback at fucking 21, if we pick a corner at 21, and the Saints 3 picks later pick Justin Jefferson, yeah, this mock is no. There's no way. That just sounds stupid. All right. Well, I kind of just want to go over this stuff today. I'm gonna go over Henry Ruggs and dude. As long as they draft 2 receivers, as long as they draft Henry Ruggs, in my mind, I'm gonna be excited. If they draft Judy or CeeDee Lamb, I'm still gonna be excited. But I want Ruggs as my all-time favorite. But if they do get, I just want them to get any type of number 2, whatever receiver they draft next day. I just want them to go get a guy. That's all I care. As long as they draft another receiver, I don't care. Draft another receiver, draft a cornerback, draft a linebacker, draft a safety. I mean, that I'm pretty much going right there with everything. So, and that's pretty much it. So, all right, guys. Well, I will have some videos out tomorrow, tonight, most likely. I'll be out of work early, but I'm going to be hanging out doing some stuff. So, all right, guys. I will see you guys probably tomorrow night, most likely. I might get on with Jim. I'm not really sure, but need to work on some things because our schedules are pretty different now. So yeah. So let's get straight to it. Let's get ready for free agency coming up. I know we still have another few weeks. God, this shit is coming so damn slow. I can't stand it. So all right, guys. I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up. Fly will slide.